the Winsport Event Center here in Calgary as we get ready for the final day of the 2025 ASAA 4A Basketball Championships. Final four will kick things off with the girls' bronze medal match between the Lethbridge Collegiate Institute and, of course, the Centennial Coyotes. So glad you could join us here. My name is Grayson Knutson, Paul D'Angelo alongside. Paul, these two teams, I think they expected to play against one another today, but I don't think it was expected to be in this game.
100%. This was expected to be the provincial final. The 1 and 2 ranked teams in Alberta all season. Both were ranked 1 at some point. So can the players overcome a little bit of disappointment and bounce back today to bring home a provincial medal?
Centennial, they were the top seed going into this event. They were upset by Spruce Grove 69-63 in the semifinals, while Lethbridge lost 70-58 to Strathcona in their semifinal, and a game that the score actually might have flattered Lethbridge a little bit. Strathcona was really good and had a much larger lead throughout much of the game.
I was hugely impressed by the Strathcona Lords yesterday. You have to think they're the favorite tonight for gold. And yeah, we'll see what today brings.
How do you get these two teams focused for a bronze medal match? You just had that semifinal disappointment. Now you got to turn around. You got one game left.
Well, you're an athlete, and sports is full of disappointments. You got to wake up today and recognize that, hey, you're one game away from having a provincial medal that you can keep with you for the rest of your life.
Coyotes and Clippers for bronze coming up in just a few moments. For now, let's go to Mike Mahoney, the in-house announcer for the pregame ceremonies.
And now, please welcome to the floor your home team, the Centennial High Coyotes. And now, fans, here's a starting five for the Lethbridge Collegiate Institute Clippers. At forward, number 2, Mission Miller. At guard, number 3, Madison Cooch. At guard, number 6, Tylee Wahlberger. At forward, number 7, Charlie Tanner. And at forward, number 10, Caitlin Lowry. Head coach of the Clippers is Darren Miller. And now, here is your starting five for your Centennial Coyotes. At forward, number 2, Sophie Hall. At guard, forward, number 7, Sadie Secord. At guard, number 10, Addison Yee. At forward, number 11, Hayden Hall. And at guard forward, number 12, Kyla Layton. Head coach of the Coyotes is Nadine Bloom. We would like to acknowledge the traditional territories and oral practices of the Blackfoot Nations, which include the Zigzigga, the Beeganey, and Gaina. We also acknowledge the Tsuut'ina and Stoney Nakoda First Nations, the Métis Nation, and the people who make their home in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. At this time, fans, we'd ask you please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and join us in the playing of O Canada. Thank you, everybody. Play ball.
So just about ready to go for this bronze medal match between Lethbridge Collegiate Institute and the Centennial High Coyotes. Starting lineups for both the teams, not that dissimilar to what we saw yesterday, as you would expect. Both coaches are gonna run out the players they think they can take home this bronze medal, Paul.
Yeah, we got a big start here coming up. L.C.I. yesterday in their semifinal match came out of the gates flying, coming out to an early lead. I expect the same today.
Here's a look at head coach Darren Miller in the huddle there. Of course, Mission Miller is his daughter. He's had 4 daughters play 4A high school basketball, and they've all gone to play collegiately as well. Coyotes, they're ready to go. They look eager. Clippers look like they're up for a game as well. Bronze is always the toughest one to play when you try to bounce back from that semifinal loss, but it's always better to go home with a medal than without. And so let's see what these two teams have in store for us today as this bronze medal match is underway. The first of 4 games today at the ASAA 4A Final Four here in Calgary. That's Wahlberger, Tylee Wahlberger for Mission Miller. Miller driving, throws it up. Good rebound there from Lowry, can't finish. Ball up for grabs, and finally Addison Yee will collect for the Coyotes. Addison Yee is one of those grade 10s who starts for Centennial. Program that's going to be good for a while as Hayden Hall fires from deep, missed. She was great yesterday, another grade 10, another miss, that one from Sadie Secord. How about all 3 grade 10s getting a touch early on?
Addison Yee was the player of the game for Centennial yesterday.
Good transition basket there from Wahlberger on the pass from Charlie Tanner. Coyotes trying to respond in kind here. They'll kick it out. Secord for Yee. Now for Hayden Hall to Sophie Hall. Flipped up, and she was fouled. Sophie Hall got a little bit of foul trouble early yesterday and didn't get off to the start she would have liked, I think.
Couple quick passes here on the rebound. Goes into Sophie Hall, fouled from behind. Missed the layup, but gets her 2 shots.
So the Hall sisters. We know that Sophie will join older sister Reese in Edmonton at the U of A in the fall to play with the Pandas. Hayden's only in grade 10, so a couple of years yet to decide where she wants to go if she decides to go that route. And short, but Coyotes got the rebound and turned it over. Miller wants to push. Mission Miller all the way, coast to coast, missed it. Rebound for Madison Cooch, and the ball stays with the Clippers.
Misha Miller, early chance there, partial break, couldn't finish. Pleaded her case to the referee for a foul call, but did not get it.
She was red hot to start yesterday's semifinal. Cooled off a little bit under some very good defense inside from Skona. Coyotes have the ball on the out-of-bounds turnover. Long pass up for Hall is a good one. She'll stop and pop, a little bit short, got her own rebound. Flips it back up, and Sophie Hall gets 2 more.
Sophie Hall picks up her own rebound, turns around, makes a little jumper, and the Coyotes are on the board.
Miller trying to operate in the post, it's stripped away, and here comes Hayden Hall. Hayden Hall all the way to the other end for the easy lay-in.
Hayden Hall uncontested, takes it all the way, and gets the points.
Maddie Cooch, the grade 12 guard, ran into a little bit of trouble in their opposite number. And the jump ball arrow is pointing right now with the Coyotes.
Now Grayson, Centennial may have had the advantage of sleeping in their own beds in South Calgary last night. L.C.I. in hotels. What do you think is the advantage there?
It's interesting because you get that team bonding from just being together in the hotel room. You do everything together. I think there's something to be said for that. But at the same time, if you can sleep in your own bed, mom cooks you breakfast, you're not going to turn that down either.
Absolutely.
Actually, the Clippers were in the same hotel that we were in. They were having a debriefing yesterday when we finished up and got to the hotel. The 3 from Wahlberger is off the mark. Rebound claimed by Secord. Sadie Secord tried to do it all herself. Rebound collected there by the Clippers. Up for Miller. Miller watched out there by Secord, got by. Tosses one up, and that one will drop for Mission Miller. Miller got a hand on that to knock it free. The ball will stay with Centennial. And we're going to see some subs come into the game for the Coyotes. Paisley Brown and Brindley Walker enter. We're going to get a look too at Tegan Wells for L.C.I. and also their number 9, Casey Tallman. Secord finds herself open for 3, but airballed it. Rebound collected by the Clippers. Here's Tallman's first touch of the game, and it was deflected out of bounds, and L.C.I. will maintain possession.
Good pressure there from Centennial after the air ball was picked up by the Clippers.
4 apiece here. 3 minutes gone in this first quarter, this bronze medal match. There's the jumper from Miller, that's gonna miss. We'll alternate again like we did yesterday, girls and boys. We'll have the boys bronze medal match after this. And the girls final and the boys final will wrap things up. Clippers being aggressive here. Got a hand on that to knock it out of bounds. And it looks like the Coyotes are really trying to stretch the floor and get some players down there to make long passes and get some easy buckets.
High risk, high reward. They're making long passes. Sometimes the defense can pick those off, but if they get by them, it sets up a scoring opportunity.
Brown gets it back from Secord into the post for Hall. Hall guarded by Wells. Back to her, up top, a 3-pointer. It's off the front rim. Good rebound read by Walker.
Outstanding job by Walker driving the lane after picking up where that shot was missing and making the basket.
Good footwork there from Tanner, but the finish wasn't there. And Hall will move it forward for Brown. Paisley Brown out to Hayden Hall. Secord trying to get away from Cooch. Hands on the ball from Wells. It'll stay with Centennial, 11 on the shot clock.
Paisley Brown is one of the smaller players on the floor playing guard for the Centennial Coyotes. What she lacks in size, she makes up for in heart, as she is always flying out there with great handles.
Addison Yee, Miley Hudson checking back in for the Coyotes. First appearance, I should say, for Hudson in the game. Brown driving, kicks it back out. Yee for 3 off the heel. Had to throw it up there right at the horn. Clippers in transition. And a little bobble there from Tanner. Tallman, now Cooch. Bounce pass, driving. Back out to Cooch. Tallman fakes and then she traveled. Sometimes when you make that little up fake, it can get your feet shifting around.
Made the shot, but after the violation, so it is Coyotes ball here. They are up 6-4.
Yee flings a long one ahead. It's intercepted by Tanner. Little free safety action from Charlie Tanner, but her pass is not a good one.
Seems to be a big part of the Centennial game plan to throw those long passes today. In that case, it was picked off.
Wahlberger comes back in for L.C.I. We also see Brindley Van Bruggen for the first time, the grade 12 guard. They really like her three-point shooting, Van Bruggen. Hayden Hall spins, throws it up, and gets the shooter's roll.
Hayden Hall, one of the strongest players in this weekend. She's only in grade 10. Will make a lot of noise the rest of her high school career.
Wahlberger tried to bounce a pass in for Lowry. It was defended by Hayden Hall, and she's won the ball back for Centennial.
Only one foul so far today. Looks like the referees are letting the players play a little bit more than yesterday.
Sophie comes in for Hayden. His older sister replaces younger sister here for the Coyotes. Here's Yee. Walker. Walker drives, leaves it there for Hall. Little flip shot is a good one. The Hall sisters doing all the damage for Centennial in this game.
Great drive there from Walker. She had the lane on the right side, ran into some traffic, popped it back out to Hall for the jumper.
Van Bruggen lost the handle, and it's Hudson with a steal. Sophie Hall has her dribble. Good pass to Yee. She'll drive baseline, play it back out, and it's intercepted by Wells. Starts the rush for the Clippers. Wells to Wahlberger, and it won't quite go. Nice rebound inside, kicks it out. Van Bruggen for three. That is off the mark. Clippers just fighting hard for a rebound, and they will keep possession here on the jump ball.
Very well executed 2-on-1 there by the Clippers. Had everything but the finish. Sometimes the ball just does not fall for you.
L.C.I. having a real tough time getting anything going now. They've only got the 4 points. This one out to Wahlberger. Wahlberger will fire from the corner. That's good! Big bucket, Tylee Wahlberger. Yee flings it ahead for Walker. One more for Hall. Good passing, just carving up the Clipper defense.
If you leave Sophie Hall all alone in the low post, the basket will go in.
Sloan Hirsch getting some run. We didn't see her at all yesterday, but the grade 12 guard out there. Hershey, I should say. Apologies for the mispronunciation. And we get a timeout here. It's going to be called. 3:30 to go in the first quarter.
Centennial Coyotes open up a 5-point lead here. They are up 12-7 later in the first quarter. Good pace here. Centennial is forcing the issue, getting the ball up the court quickly and looking to attack on the fast break.
It's certainly a different approach than the one they had yesterday against Spruce Grove. Is that just a matchup thing?
Well, Spruce Grove had a very dominant defensive player in Ella Auk. Centennial had trouble scoring in the paint. Today, so far, they've been able to attack down low and drive the ball to the hoop with a little more success.
How does Lethbridge Collegiate Institute find a little bit more offense here against the Centennial defense, which has been really good?
I've seen a couple plays here where L.C.I. took some three-point shots. That could be a weapon for them. They just had a great one from the corner. And keep driving to the hoop and recognize if it's not there, you got to kick it back out and look at a shot.
Players coming back out on the floor here. Centennial Coyotes, their head coach is Nadine Bloom. So again, it is Clipper ball, 14 seconds on the shot clock. Van Bruggen to inbound. And it comes into Wahlberger. She'll stop, bounce it down low for Lowry. Battling in the post, she had the size advantage against Yee and draws the foul.
Great play there by the Clippers, getting the ball down to the low post. Even though the basket didn't go in, sometimes when you go to the net hard, you get your foul shots.
Lowry shot, ooh, it went all the way around and then spun back up and out. Fooled the lights on the basket. As they went off.
The game operator thought that one went in and turned on the blinky, flashy lights.
Mo's, of course, are here for the Calgary Surge of the Canadian Elite Basketball League. This is their home floor. Wonderful event center here. Canada Olympic Park. Rebound claimed by Hall. Flings it back inside. This is Kyla Layton underneath. And it's stepped out of bounds, and it'll be Clipper basketball. Van Bruggen, that long pass is with Hershey. Hershey bounced it to Wahlberger and couldn't quite save that one along the baseline.
Pretty good energy level in the crowd today. Lots of Centennial fans made the trip for the bronze match. L.C.I. fans also. Grayson, we have a lot of green teams having success this weekend.
I've noticed that. Clippers with a steal here. They have numbers. Bounce pass inside Tanner. That won't go. Tanner kicks it out. Three for Wells is off the mark. Hayden Hall with a baseball pass. QB1. Great feed and no finish though from Ella Reed. Things are stretched out a little bit here now. Tanner into the corner. Tallman lets it fly. That's good. Casey Tallman.
Absolutely fantastic three-point shot there. That's 6 consecutive points for L.C.I. coming off the three ball.
Hall to Hall. That's 2 more for Sophie.
Outstanding play there, and again, they left Sophie Hall all alone down by the block. And 2 points for Centennial.
Wells to Mission Miller, who's checked back in, and nice defense from Hall. And the save in from Tanner. Oh, they say that it clipped the hand of a Coyote player on the way by. Here's the last three from Tallman. Look at the arc she gets on the ball.
Yeah, she got the ball up way in the air, which makes it more likely to fall. Great shot from Tallman.
Cooch will drive. And again, Hall, good interior defense, but Miller was fouled on the putback attempt. She'll go for 2 shots.
L.C.I. having a little bit of tough time with getting through some tall Centennial posts, but they have had success with the 3-ball, so perhaps keep shooting.
Miller short on the first one.
Mission Miller was the captain of the L.C.I. 4A Girls Provincial Champion volleyball team this year. She's looking for her 2nd provincial medal of the year this year, at least in the major team sports.
That's incredible. Cooch will track down the rebound after another Miller miss. She missed them both. And these aren't schools where, like the one I grew up, where everybody has to play or else you don't have a team. These are schools with hundreds of kids who could be on these teams, and there's all sorts of 2-sport athletes here. L.C.I., I know they also have a rugby player. I think that's Cooch, who plays a little bit of rugby.
Yeah, Southern Alberta school sports are a big part of the community culture. These days, athletes quite often focus on one sport, so it is neat to see
Yes.
students having success in multiple school sports.
I'm a big advocate for multi-sport athletes. I think you just burn yourself out if you play. Hockey, for example, is the usually one everybody defaults to all year long. Plus, you get to work on some other skills with some other sports too.
100%. It is all about physical literacy and coordination, and the more sports you play, the better you'll be.
Hayden Hall missed a 3, but slowed up the Clipper rush the other way and forced a turnover. Sophie plays it now for Brown. Secord for 3. That's off the front rim. Rebound up for grabs, and it's going to go the way of the Clippers.
The Clippers are targeting Sophie Hall. As soon as she got that ball there was 3 players right on her.
Into the final minute of this opening quarter. It's a 4-point Coyote lead at the moment. Cooch for Miller. Back for Cooch, and now Tanner. Mission Miller trying to drive on Hall again. It's been a tough ask this time. Miller will win the battle.
Outstanding play there by Mission Miller. Sophie Hall knows how to not draw a foul. Made a nice tall structure, but Miller beat her.
That pass was just off the mark, and the Clippers have another steal. Tallman drives baseline. That was off the hand of Brown, so the ball stays at this end of the floor. 16 on the shot clock.
We're in the dying seconds here of the first quarter. 2-point game.
Cooch just kept that one away from Secord. Gets it back as they work it around. 10 on the clock now for Miller. Up fake, drives. Step back. Oh, and that'll drop for Mission Miller. That's nice.
Big basket for Miller here to tie the game with 10 seconds left in the first quarter.
Coyotes can get the last shot, and they'll play it in for Secord. Around and out. Rebound, Hall fighting for it. Still time, and eventually it is claimed by the Clippers, and we're going to end this first quarter in a 14-14 tie, Paulie. Very entertaining bronze medal match here.
These 2 teams were the only 2 teams in Alberta to be ranked #1 during this basketball season. This is actually their first matchup. They didn't see each other in any tournaments. Both teams only had 1 loss during their season, and their second loss of the year came yesterday. So they are battling it out for the provincial bronze here, and it's a great matchup as we are tied.
They're almost twins then, essentially. Same stories all the way around for Lethbridge and Centennial. Centennial's getting a lot of offense right now, Paul, from the Hall sisters. Sophie and Hayden are having a huge impact on this game.
Yeah, Sophie Hall had a bit of a tougher game yesterday as she was matched up against Ella Auk, who had a dominant defensive performance. Today, she's been a key player on the floor. They are getting the ball down low to her, and she is dominating from the post position.
And you've talked about it a little bit, but it looks like it's going to be the 3-point shooting of Lethbridge that might keep them connected in this game.
I think they drained 2 threes, attempted a few others. If you can get hot, you can build your score by hitting threes.
The Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta is a funding provider to the ASAA. The funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans. So thank you to the Government of Alberta for their support of the Alberta Schools Athletic Association. Wind Sports Center here in Calgary. What a beautiful venue. Rocky Mountains in the backdrop. Canada Olympic Park. Clippers and Coyotes, this girls' bronze medal match. Players retaking the floor here ahead of quarter number 2.
It's a relatively short history in this building. Grayson, it's only about 12 or 13 years old, but it's hosted Women's Hockey World Championships, Sledge Hockey World Championships, Flames development camps, all sorts of neat events in the arena we are in.
And Hockey Canada used this as kind of a training hub. They had a couple of curling events here, I know as well, especially during the bubble, during the COVID pandemic, as that 3 from Cooch is off the mark. Miller with the rebound and that high arcing kind of, I don't want to say Dirk Nowitzki-esque fade away with the one leg, but it's pretty close.
Yeah, great rebound there from Misha Miller. She pivots, drains the jumper.
Wells for Miller, now Cooch. All the way across. Wahlberger for 3. It's off the mark. Rebound claimed and quickly flung ahead for Hall. Trying to get back defensively is Cooch. Oh, what a play! Madison Cooch with the block on Hall.
Cooch showed great hustle there as Hall was left alone on a breakaway. Cooch battled her way back, played it cleanly, and got the block.
20 on the shot clock here. Lots of time for the Coyotes. Addison Yee right back to Secord. Lets it fly, and it's off the mark. Yee has it boomerang back to her. She was fouled, so she'll shoot 2. Sometimes, Paul, the inbounder is the most dangerous player on the floor if you send it right back to them, and that was what happened there. Secord just missed the 3.
Addison Yee, grade 10 point guard for Centennial. Player of the game yesterday. She was everywhere on the court, hustling. Great handles with the ball, great decision making.
Well, the sound guy had some fun with that made free throw. We haven't seen any sound effects yet this weekend for them. Hey, there we go.
And that was the Super Mario power-up.
That's my favorite, I think. Teams use that one when they kill a penalty, and hockey is a good one. As a foul is committed here. 2 shots upcoming for Charlie Tanner.
Looks like our game production today is going to the next level in the provincial medal games.
Okay, the lights off when we started, the intros. Oh, it was a whole show. It's been a fantastic event here, and I really like how they've really given all of these 8 teams who are here a unique experience in the sense of a massive stage to play on.
100%. We talked about the history of the building, and of course it is the home of the Calgary Surge, and their game production team is helping put on this event.
Free throws. There have been a lot of them. There haven't been a ton of them made, unfortunately. Clippers will hold on to the ball here. Up by 1 now.
Fans of the sport are always happy to see a close game. We got a 1-point game here in the second quarter. This one's going to go down to the wire.
And this is a tie-up.
Great act of sportsmanship there as Mission Miller was knocked to the ground, and both Centennial players helped pick her up.
Possession area is with the Coyotes, so Yee will dash ahead. Yee flings it for Hall. Right back to Yee in the post C-court. Nice dish down low. And a foul on Kyla Layton, who will go to the line.
Very quick ball movement there from Centennial. That was 4 quick passes in a short time. Unfortunately missed the shot, but got fouled and get 2 shots here.
So it'll be Kyla Layton with a couple of free throws here for the Coyotes. Misses the first. Layton, the grade 12 guard forward. And that one will go. You see Tallman come in here for Tanner. For the Clippers. Looks like Caitlin Lowry comes back in as well. Cooch trying to find a way through, bobble the ball. Miller will pick it up, immediately double teamed. Dribbles her way out. What a set screen there from Lowry. Coyotes able to come away with the ball. Addison Yee watched by Madison Cooch. Good defense from Tallman. Cooch pass, driving, Wahlberger. Kind of ran out of room there, Hall with the defense. Miley Hudson for the Coyotes. Miller just takes it away from her. Says it's my ball. Now she leads the charge. Bounce pass ahead for Lowry. Lowry one more for Wahlberger. And a great defensive play. Getting back for the Coyotes. Yee. Now she pushes ahead for Hall. Windshield wiper stuff at the moment.
Outstanding play there from Centennial. Moved the ball up the floor quickly. After a great defensive play, Sophie Hall gets the uncontested layup.
Tallman for three. Got it again.
There's that L.C.I. 3 game, keeping them close in the game. And we have a tie basketball game again.
Said that her toe was just on the line, so that's a long two. So it's 19 apiece.
The floor here has the 2 3-point lines, which might throw off the players a bit. We are using the inside one for high school basketball.
Yes, the outside one is the FIBA line, used by the Calgary Surge and the CEBL. It's used by most leagues in the world, aside from the NBA. Three team fouls on the Clippers here as Secord lets it fly. We've only played 2.5 minutes in this second quarter.
And the L.C.I. fans are letting the free throw shooter hear it with the woos.
Didn't matter as Secord made them both. Gonna see Lauren White come in for L.C.I. as well as Marisol Valgertson. So again, two players who we didn't see yesterday either getting some run here in this bronze medal match. Valgertson is one of only 2 grade 10 players, she and Emma Martineau. Everybody else on this L.C.I. squad is a grade 12. There's a 3, and that one won't go. Head coach Darren Miller telling us that, yeah, all their eggs were in this one basket. And unfortunately, they lost that semifinal, but still a chance here to get a second straight.
Clean
bronze
block
medal
there from Centennial, no foul call. Great defense there after a few quick passes from L.C.I. and a good attack.
Checking in here is Brinley Walker. Comes in for Sophie Hall. 13 seconds on the clock for the Clippers as they inbound. Picked off by Walker on a good read. Brown. Yee. 2 ball handlers out there for the Coyotes. Hayden Hall spins. Oh, got it to go off the glass. Nifty finish.
Outstanding finisher from Hayden Hall. We've seen her play some guard. Now she's up playing some forward. Great play.
Tallman, Tanner. Valgertson and White. All the Clippers getting a touch here. Tallman fires again. Oh, the bank is open on a Saturday.
You have to be good to be lucky. Great 3-point shot finds its way in. And that has been a big part of the L.C.I. game today.
She's a really nice 3-point stroke, Tallman does. It's a turnover by the Coyotes. Centennial enjoying a 2-point lead for the moment. Sensing an opportunity to drive is Tanner. The hand on it from Walker.
Centennial players are well coached on defense. That was a great read by number 13. Oh, they did call the foul.
They did get the wrist, yep.
There you go, jumped in there to help on the free drive. Hands were straight up.
Charlie Tanner to the line for a couple. It's only the second foul of the quarter on the Coyotes. Second from Tanner. She'll split her trip. And a quick substitution for Layton coming in for Walker before we inbound this ball. Tallman trying to apply some pressure on Brown here. Dropped it off, Seacourt, Hayden Hall. Now with Leighton again. Ella Reed into the post. Hall able to track it down. 5 on the shot clock for Seacourt. Fires from distance. That's a little bit short. And off the rim and out of bounds. Ball will go to the Clippers.
She had the right line, just not enough mustard.
Tegan Wells checks back in for the Clips. Tylee Wahlberger. Got a screen there from Valgardson. Wells kicks it out. White, little bobble. She'll drive, ran into traffic and lost the handle. Hayden Hall will dribble up the floor, watched by White. Across, Leighton. Seacourt working down low and gets it to go. A little bit of a size advantage there.
Outstanding post move and finish by Seacourt.
Yokes by 3, and they've got the ball again on a steal. Hayden Hall had Reed leaking out. Hall instead will fire from deep, and it's off the rim. Rebound secured. Seacourt, she was fouled.
Seacourt there picks up the rebound off the 3 ball, cuts underneath the hoop, and was tripped up.
Believe that's 4 fouls now on the Clippers. And so it should be shots the rest of the way here for Centennial. Subs on both sides. Yee and Sophie Hall in for Centennial. Van Bruggen back on the floor with Miller for L.C.I. Shot from Sophie Hall is true.
Sophie Hall, great jump shot there. She's had a dominant first half performance today.
Wahlberger trying to shake Reed. Wells, a little bit of trouble for Tanner. Got by, fouled. Will they give her continuation? Doesn't matter. She didn't make the shot. Third foul on the Coyotes this quarter. Just the first on Seacourt.
L.C.I. down 5 now. They are hoping for a push before the half here. Try and close the gap.
Not dissimilar to what we saw in the first quarter where Centennial got up by a few. Miller jump shot on the baseline. Is off target. She knew she missed it, got her own rebound. Tanner underneath fighting hard. She's got it back. Oh, what a big rejection. But a foul. Looked like Hall had maybe gotten her clean and she's having a chuckle about it.
Yeah, we'll take a look on the replay here. Keep your eye on Sophie Hall. Comes back. And
I guess maybe just because she's in the restricted zone. Looked cool though.
Looks like
Tanner makes the first.
Looks like just the second foul on Hall.
He shots the rest of the way here for fouls. Both teams at the limit. Tanner short, gets her own rebound. Van Bruggen. Wells, Reed all up on her, and a turnover. Intercepted by Leighton. Addison Yee now. Yee kicks it back for Hall, who fires from deep. Rattles out. Good rebound battle underneath, and another triple attempt. That one drops for Kyla Leighton.
Huge shot, Kyla Leighton, and Centennial has gone up 7 here.
Sadie Nash with a good rebound underneath. Pass into Wahlberger, couldn't handle it, and Hall's got it. Sophie Hall, long pass ahead. Leighton bounced it around, kicked back out by Nash. They've worked it all the way back and around to Hall, who missed. Nash for Reed, and it's taken away by Miller.
Interesting play there by Centennial. They had the ball down low and they kicked it back out.
I don't think that Nash realized she was as open as she was, as Miller is fouled on her way to the bucket.
Misha Miller, great drive there. She got the ball at the top of the key, made a couple quick cuts, got to the hoop, and she's going to the line for 2. Here's the replay on that. Tried to go through 2 players, draws the foul.
Timeout is going to be taken by the Clippers. They trail by 7 here. And again, they'll need a nice little push at the end like they had in the first quarter.
Just 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's been a pretty entertaining game. Have to say, Sophie Hall, grade 12 player for Centennial. We've heard a lot about, already has an older sister playing at U of A for the Pandas. Sophie is headed north to Edmonton to join that program next year, and she's been probably the dominant player on the court so far today.
Yeah, Centennial has certainly had some outstanding basketball products on the women's side in their short-ish 20-year history of the school. Thinking of the likes of the Ahlstrom sisters, who were outstanding at the U of S. Manitoba captain Emma Thompson, of course, too. National champion with Nate, Hallie Watts as well, and Peyton Nielsen. Nate in Edmonton at the ASAA level. L.C.I, you mentioned it yesterday, if this was a guys game, it'd be Coyotes versus Coyotes, wouldn't it?
L.C.I is the Rams for
the Rams,
boys.
pardon me, sorry, yeah, you're right.
Which had us wondering, in our gym this year, is a Ram only male? There are no female Rams, is that correct? Those are just sheep?
I'm not a
not a biologist?
a nature science guy. You know, you could ask who might know the answers, who's got a ton of science coaches on their bench, is Centennial.
Yeah, I believe all three coaches are members of the science department at Centennial High School. That's kind of neat.
They probably got their physics and the angles of bank shots down pretty good then, you'd think.
100%. Nadine Bloom, the head coach, already has a 4A provincial championship back here again, looking to add another medal to her collection.
That was the 2018 4A provincial championships that Centennial girls won. Wahlberger in some trouble here. That was blocked. Out of bounds by Walker. Ball stays with the Clippers. 7 on the shot clock.
I was looking at the L.C.I season. They played 6 tournaments this year, 5 of them out of town. So they're used to traveling this year. Another weekend in Calgary.
Tallman trying to find a way to get it in, and there was just no room there. Yee takes it away. Yee to Secord, and she misses on the layup. Ball bounces off of Yee and out of bounds for the Clippers. Sophie Hall comes back in for Centennial. Ivy Layton is in as well.
Final minutes now of the second quarter.
Cooch for Miller. Miller goes around the screen, and a good defensive play by Hayden Hall, just standing tall.
Hayden Hall got her arm straight up in the air there, shut down Mission Miller. Notice how they have switched the coverage as Sophie Hall has had a few fouls. So Sophie Hall was not playing the post on Miller.
Tallman missed a 3. Miller fought real hard to win the ball back. She's done it again. Mission Miller maybe on a mission here. Tallman, another 3. And that one a little bit too strong. Some looks for the Clippers to cut this lead. Can't make it. Secord just short for Centennial. Look at Miller, surrounded by white shirts. She got that rebound and then cut through the pile and eventually fouled Mission Miller.
Yeah, Mission Miller had the ball there on the rebound. 3 Coyotes surrounding her. She worked her way out. She's feeling a little bit of pain right now, but she drew another foul on Sophie Hall.
She's a little bit banged up, isn't she, Miller? And we'll get a timeout here taken by Centennial. Let's take another look. She's just fighting, throwing bows, trying to get out of the pile, and then just got landed on too, as well as the hard collision with the floor. So this timeout will certainly benefit her.
Basketball, a pretty physical game. Players don't wear any equipment, so they take a beating out there. And the floor is not very forgiving.
Anyone who says basketball is not a physical sport, I challenge them to try to play it.
Well, Grayson, that's been one of the big changes this weekend. In the past, 4A Provincials was a 16-team tournament that saw teams playing 4 games over the course of a weekend. big change this year to do the first 2 rounds regionally and then have the final 4. So the team's a little bit less taxing on the body to just play 2 games in this final weekend.
Kind of that NCAA style. You got the 4 regionals, and you get a winner from each, and they all come together for the final 4 here. Again, it's the first year they've done this, so we'll have to wait and see if they continue with it. But it certainly seems like it has been a success. I think the biggest, qualm from some of these teams would be some of the travel, would be the issue on back-to-back weekends.
Yeah, nice and easy for Centennial. 2 weekends in Calgary. I think Lethbridge was at home last weekend too, but back to Calgary here. But we certainly have a few teams from Edmonton traveling on back-to-back weekends for 4A Provincials.
So I suspect next year, if they do with the same style, they would probably try to do it the opposite way, and the southern teams would do a little bit more of the traveling. Kicked out to Wahlberger on the rebound on the missed free throw, and Wahlberger gets it to go, and it's a 1-point game.
Wahlberger's had a couple 3-point shots now from that corner. Here we go, great play on the outside. She's all alone, has time to calibrate, and makes these shots.
Miller had come back on the floor, but I believe she's got a scrape that's just opened up. So a little infectious disease control at the moment.
All shooters have preferences, but I know a lot of 3-point shooters that like shooting from the corner. Takes the backboard out of the picture. You can just aim straight at the rim.
Again, Coyote is able to move it through that Clipper press pretty easily, and Hall gets a relatively routine layup.
Yeah, the Clippers through the press there. One of Centennial's strength is quick passes, and they found Hall for the easy layup.
Wahlberger. Tanner on a roll, and she just couldn't handle the ball. Well, it was deflected out by the Coyotes. You see there the trainer working on Mission Miller's knee on the bench, trying to just close that cut that's opened up.
Yeah, the last foul she drew, she went down hard. When you hit the gym floor, you can get a good scrape.
Hall for 3, a little bit short. Rebound claimed by Cooch. Oh, and she just had the ball kick off her knee, claimed by Ivy Layton for Hayden Hall. Back across for Sophie. Yee into the post. Secord's got the room, and she will finish.
What a great play there by Secord, one-on-one. Drives across the hoop, cuts, and makes the hook layup.
Wahlberger in for Lowry. Could she finish underneath? No, the good defense from Layton. About 40 seconds left in the opening half. Yee, that pass is overthrown. Hall tries to rescue it, and it's Tallman who claims for the Clippers. Tallman almost had it ripped away there, and she did get fouled. 2 shots for Casey Tallman.
Addison Yee started out clean there, getting her hands in, but kind of kept going after not getting it the first time, and takes the foul.
Centennial fans trying to give a little voodoo here on these free throws. First one made from Tallman. Second one missed. And Hayden Hall's got the board with a 4-point lead for the Coyotes. Different shot clock, game clock is about 5.5 seconds. Clippers almost came up with a steal. Yee able to get it back. Open in the corner, Layton for 3. That's a little bit short. 10 seconds left. L.C.I. last shot if they want it. They move it up to Cooch. 5 seconds. Cooch. Tanner in the corner. Got it! To beat the buzzer and cut the lead back to 1.
Absolutely fantastic shot there from L.C.I. Give them a little momentum heading into the second half. That has to be their 5th 3-pointer of the first half, and another one from the corner. Look at the arc, and it is absolutely money.
3-point shooting from the Clippers, keeping them afloat in this game. Centennial with the 1-point lead. What have you made of this contest so far through 20 minutes?
Well, like we said, these 2 teams were battling in the provincial rankings for number 1 all season. They did not play each other all season, despite those 2 rankings, did not end up in the same tournaments. And they've been on this collision course. They were hoping it's for gold, but they're still playing for a provincial medal. And we're seeing a couple great basketball teams go head-to-head in a 1-point matchup.
Going to be a phenomenal second half coming up in about 14 minutes when we return to Calgary and the 2025 ASAA 4A High School Basketball Final Four right here on IC Live. inside the WinSport Event Center here in Calgary. Halftime of the girls' bronze medal match between L.C.I. and Centennial. It's the Coyotes with a 1-point lead. Gracie Knudsen with Paul D'Angelo alongside. And it's two different styles. We've seen Centennial really try to push with those quick passes. L.C.I. is hanging around thanks to their three-point shooting.
100%. Centennial's had a lot of success in the first half, driving to the hoop, getting the ball down low to their posts. And LCI's relied on their three-point shooting. I think they have 5 of them.
Seeing a few of them here. Tallman has been involved in a few of them with that high arc. That one using the glass as well. As the Clippers find themselves down by 1. The defending provincial bronze medalists looking to go back-to-back bronzes here for LCI. Meanwhile, Centennial, they came in as the #1 seed. They're hoping to leave with a medal.
Yeah, we have some highly decorated provincial athletes from LCI with the volleyball provincial championship, 4 of them this year, and I'm sure they have a number of players back from last year's provincial bronze teams.
Mission Miller's got that cut on her knee all taken care of now. You can see she's got the double wraps. Started the game with just 1 wrap on one knee, and 1 on each knee. Inbounding the Clippers with 16 on the clock, and they get it in quickly. Wahlberger fires, and that one will boomerang back to Miller. Mission Miller, that one way short. Rebound collected by the Coyotes, pushed ahead by Secord, and stepping on the line was Kyla Layton.
There's that Centennial forcing the issue, pushing the ball up the court quickly game, looking for the opportunity, but unfortunately just stepped out.
Madison Cooch dishes it off. Charlie Tanner hit that last 3 of the first half for LCI, the buzzer beater. Lowry tangled up by her opposite number, Yee. And that'll be an inbound on the side here for LCI.
Yee got her hand right on the wrist of the LCI player there, called for the foul.
Problem for Yee is that's her 3rd foul already here, just 35 seconds into the 3rd quarter. So she comes out and Paisley Brown comes in. Cooch worked around towards Tanner. Back to Miller. Miller from deep, and that one way short too. Tanner, did she save it? No, she stepped on the end line.
Miller's been off the last couple shots there, needs to regroup, refocus. She'll be back. She's one of the best players in the game.
Brown's going to get a lot of run here for the Coyotes as their ball handler, primary ball handler, with Yee on the bench in foul trouble. Sophie Hall for 3. That's good.
Sophie Hall, usually a post player, sneaks out to the wing and gets the 3-point shot off and extends the Coyotes' lead.
Showing off the range, Hall. Now Miller driving on Hall, and Hall, good defense. Miller, though, got it back and finished strong. That's been a fun battle between the 2 #2s all game.
Sophie Hall, Mission Miller, 2 of the strongest players in this game, back and forth. Seesaw battle.
Hall outside, guarded by Miller, lets it fly again, and that one will bounce away. Clippers pushing with Cooch. Tanner ran into trouble, surrounded by 3 shirts, and Hall just takes her lunch money.
Hall stripped that one, excellent play.
Secord trying to push the pace again. Defended by Caitlin Lowry, but it will be Coyote basketball.
Sophie Hall subbed out. I think she took a ball or an elbow to the face. She's going to go off for repairs.
A tough game. Players getting beat up on both sides here. Secord. Kyla Layton into the corner. Brown driving baseline, turned it over. Miller trying to push. Miller, oh, and the ball just got away from her. Taken back by Secord. Secord flings it across. Hayden Hall will let it go. That one bounces off the rim, secured by Walker. Turns and flips another one up. Rebound goes out of bounds and will stay with the Coyotes. 14 on the shot clock.
Let's take a look at the Coyotes' offensive inbound play here, setting up in a box. Outside to Brown.
And Brown just mishandled it down on the floor. Wahlberger wins it back for the Clippers. L.C.I. with Miller. She just ran right into Walker, who fell hard, to the floor, but seems to be all right.
Walker showing her strength there, stripping that ball away from Miller.
She's really gotten physical in this third quarter here. Hayden Hall drives and scores. Nifty use of the glass.
What an outstanding play by Hayden Hall. Had to look for the three, opted not to take it, drove to the hoop, and put it in.
Wahlberger to Miller. 4-point Coyote lead. Pass to Tanner is broken up. Clippers able to win the ball back with Cooch. Reset the shot clock. Well, I don't think they should have, though, as they're gonna put 10 seconds on the shot clock here, and they'll inbound on the side.
Referees have to watch so many things. It's amazing to me they see that right away when it happens.
These are some of the best officials in the province. Of course, they have to earn their way here, just like all these players do. They're evaluated throughout the season, and only the best of the best get to make it to the provincial finals. And even from there, yet the cream of the absolute cream will officiate the gold medal games. Good defense from the Coyotes, forced to turnover. Pass from Madison Yee, back on the floor, finds Secord cutting to the basket.
Yeah, Coyotes showing that fast break offense there. Found the opening player, Secord, great finish.
Tegan Wells for L.C.I. bounces to Cooch into the post for Lowry. Lowry trying to drive on Walker, and she'll go to the line for a couple. Caitlin Lowry. Third foul on Brinley Walker, so she comes out. Sophie Hall comes back in. She's got that cut on her face or whatever was going on. Seems to be good to go.
The trainers and assistant coaches in basketball have to be quick to respond, get rid of all blood, maintain the players, get them back out on the floor.
It's McGavin Miller, Braxton Tanner, the trainers for L.C.I., and Ryan Uden for Centennial. Good passing again from Centennial, but Hall's shot just rims out. She's fought to win it back and draws a foul.
Yeah, Sophie Hall has probably been the strongest player on the court in this game. Missed a little layup there, fought for it back, and drew the foul.
Just the first foul here of the quarter on the Clippers.
We were talking a minute ago about trainers, lots of love for student trainers. They take the sports medicine classes in school, then spend hundreds of hours volunteering their time to help out school athletic teams.
Hall in the post. This is Sophie, spins a couple of times and the flip shot won't go in. Oh, what a save by Yee, and a score for Hayden Hall. Clippers thought he was just gonna bounce out of bounds, but Yee came in to save the day. Oh, and a foul here as Cooch goes down hard, just tripped up.
Centennial has opened up a 7-point lead here.
Following the same script all these quarters, Centennial gets up by about anywhere between 5 and 8, we'll say, and then late in the quarter, the Clippers hit some threes and find a way to get close. That's how the first two have gone. We'll see if this one follows the same script. Van Bruggen's pass. Tolman, that high arcing shot, a little bit too much that time.
Yeah, she tried the step back three. Unfortunately, that time did not work out for her.
Yee, she'll step back and let it fly. That's short. Rebound secured by Tanner. Tanner in trouble. Found an outlet in Tolman. Tolman to the bucket. Rebound Miller. That was blocked by Hall. Miller got it again. Another chance for the Clippers underneath the basket. Tanner goes down. Got it out to Wells, and now Tolman fires. That one's off line. Ella Reed now pushing for Centennial. Sophie Hall. This is Reed. Ella Reed for Hayden Hall. Hayden spins, kicks it out. Sophie fakes, drives around Miller. Miller, though, recovered. Oh, she's called for the foul. Got her on the arm.
Sophie Hall cuts towards the hoop there, went for the right-handed layup. Could have protected the ball a little better using the left hand, but is fouled by Miller.
Here's the look again. Just right there. Yep, definitely got the arm. Kyla Layton coming in here for Secord. First of 2 for Hall is good. Hall will let it go again. Second one missed. Miller claims the board. Brinley Van Bruggen will bring it up the floor for the Clippers. Van Bruggen gets a screen from Tanner. In the corner, Tallman wants to go inside to Miller. Miller surrounded by white shirts, and the shot was blocked. Yee pushing for the Coyotes. Up ahead, Reed stuck like Chuck, and she traveled.
Outstanding pass there on the last L.C.I. possession from Tallman to push it into Miller, but Miller was triple teamed, making it very tough to get to the basket.
8-point Coyote lead. Lethbridge has really struggled to score in this third quarter. If I'm not mistaken, they only have 3 points. This one goes the way of the Coyotes. As they say, Tanner just lost the ball out of bounds. Addison Yee brings the ball up the floor once again for the Centennial Coyotes. Ella Reed. Reed driving, and she was fouled. 2 shots upcoming here for Reed, and Van Bruggen, hands on her head, can't believe it.
Yeah, she voices her displeasure there, but she does have an arm cut across the body of Yee there, which drew the foul call.
Ella Reed at the line. Missed the first one. Had a chance to make it a double-digit lead. We'll look to match her jersey number instead. And we'll do just that.
L.C.I. needs to push back right now. They've fallen behind 8. They went into the half down just 1.
Reed,
having a bit of a tough quarter.
Reed, who made the free throws, leaves the game. Van Bruggen saw a lane, but taken away the last second by Walker. Now, Kyla Layton getting ahead. Layton surrounded. Yee is the outlet. Brown wide open for 3. Good! Paisley Brown.
Paisley Brown left wide open. Has time to calibrate, take a look, and drain the 3.
Yotes by a dozen. It was 34-33 at the half. Again, Clippers have scored just 3, make it 5 points now on a nifty spin move from Miller.
Outstanding basket for Miller. She drives 360 and drains the layup.
She's a good effort there from Tegan Wells. Went flying into the Coyote bench. Everybody has a chuckle about it. She was just trying to get the ball. Here it is. A 3 from Brown. Great shot. .22 on the clock here as Brown inbounds to Yee. 3.5 left in the third quarter. Girls bronze medal match. Well, the boys bronze next, then the girls gold and the boys gold. Hall along 2, won't go. Rebound gathered in by Wahlberger. Tylee Wahlberger down on the floor hard, and the ball goes the way of the Coyotes. This has been a very physical game.
The players will be putting ice on the war wounds tonight. But they are battling for a provincial medal that you get to keep forever.
I'll take a little bit of the sting out if you can wear a medal around your neck while you're icing down after the game. As Walker backs in, kicks it out instead to Brown. Brown, Walker, little 2-man game here. Back out to Brown. Fakes, steps to the free throw line. Like the decision, the shot just didn't go from Brown. Here's Lauren White, wrong 21, and then Cooch dribbled it off her foot. We get a kickball. But did we go the whole day yesterday without a kickball? That's pretty
Yeah,
impressive.
not that I can recall. There's supposed to be some intent. If it's accidental, you don't whistle it. If they're
Trying to block a pass or something, yeah.
100%.
Miller, just off the mark. Little turnaround post shot. Hayden Hall. Walker. Flips it up. Rebound gathered in by Hudson. She can't finish. Back out to Hayden Hall. And that'll drop. Hayden Hall, 3 more. A 13-point Coyote lead.
Yeah, Centennial had worked the ball down low and all of a sudden popped it back out. Hayden Hall had all day and she makes no mistake.
Centennial, who had not made a ton of threes in the first couple of quarters, certainly hitting them now, and it's helping them stretch the lead as Miller driving, and she goes down hard again. Slow to get up.
Great defense there from number 11, Hayden Hall.
Hudson
on Miller.
Missed a gimme. Miller still up the floor. She takes the long pass. Trying to drive again. Good feed to Wahlberger. Finishes.
That was a great pass there from Miller. Finds Wahlberger, and L.C.I. puts up 2 points.
Hayden Hall in for Walker. Got by her mark. Couldn't finish though. Lowry secured the board and kicked it out to White. Lauren White in the corner for Wahlberger. Decides to drive baseline. Lost her dribble. Lowry, nice cut. She was fouled as she went up. 2 shots for Caitlin Lowry.
Centennial's been keeping L.C.I. on their toes offensively with several different offensive sets this half. That last one, they only had 1 post and 3 players waiting on the wings. They've also had players set up in the high-low.
So a couple shots here for Lowry. Chance to get it back to within single digits. Makes the first. Happy with that.
L.C.I. fans courtside. Sorry, Centennial fans courtside. Putting the hex on L.C.I.
And it'll stay a 10-point game. Yee over the timeline. Into the post. Kicked back out. Yee will let it fly, and it bounces off the rim short. White able to grab the board. Cooch. Miller at the free throw line. Guarded by Hayden Hall. That jumper will climb up over the rim and go in. Yee hounded by Wahlberger. Able to find Secord. Addison Yee. Hayden Hall lets it fly. And that one is an air ball. Looked a little deceptive as it rippled the net.
Yeah, Hayden Hall hit her last shot, got confident, just missed that one a little bit short, but the line was right.
That's me in curling. A little bit short, the line looks good though.
I think you could blame that on your sweepers.
I think I should just blame it on me. Oh, what a block! Hayden Hall rejected. Lauren White was denied.
Yeah, huge swat there from Hayden Hall. When her sister's off the floor, she becomes the defensive stalwart in the key. Great block.
Some of those one-on-ones with Sophie and Hayden, I bet those were intense, and Reese would get involved too. Some great battles.
Sure, there's been a few good driveway battles at the Hall household over the years.
So 8.8 left here. The Coyotes can hold for the last. They'll fling it up for Secord. Secord spinning, tried to fling it up, no room. And it will go to the Clippers, 2.5 left. Would you stretch things up, try a long ball pass? Looks like.
Yeah, if you're Centennial, you just want to make sure you don't take a silly foul on a long distance shot.
Cooch from half court, short. And it will be an 8-point lead for the Centennial Coyotes heading into the 4th quarter of this women's bronze medal match.
Absolutely huge quarter there from Centennial, building the lead to 8. They came out flying, a couple good 3-point balls, working the ball in. Their fast break attack has done well as well. They just need to nurse that lead, keep battling into the 4th.
And obviously their 3-point shooting was a lot better. The L.C.I. 3 balls were not falling as well as they were in the first half, and that's really helped to kind of flip things in the Coyotes' favor here as we peek in on their huddle. Head coach Nadine Bloom.
Yeah, Bloom giving a few tips there. Like I said, I've seen several different offenses from Centennial. It seems they throw a different offense when Sophie Hall is off the floor, keeping L.C.I on their toes. And Centennial's been quite willing to attack with quick passes, getting the ball down the floor on the fast break.
Thank you again to the Government of Alberta. The Ministry of Tourism and Sport with the Government of Alberta is a funding provider to the ASAA. Funds received from this area of the government are put towards enhancing the quality of life for Albertans.
Well, Grayson, we have a long day here at the Winsport Event Center. Today's our first game of the day, the girls' bronze medal match. We are coming back at you in 75 minutes with our second game of the day. That's the boys' bronze medal match.
Yes, in that one we will see Strathcona. They will be in that game, and they will be taking on Archbishop O'Leary in an all-Edmonton battle for bronze. That one coming up at 2:30. And again, we will have all of the medal presentations, all of the post-game stuff for this and each match today. So certainly stay tuned for that. This game has been moving on at a really nice pace. As we are underway in the fourth quarter. Coyotes looking to lock up that bronze medal. Brown in for Walker. Back out to Brown and across for Sophie Hall. Into the post for Hayden, and she just kind of threw it away. 5 on the shot clock now for Brown. Hayden Hall, she's got to let it go from way downtown. Rebound gathered in by Secord, can't finish, still up for grabs. Somebody stepped out of bounds. It was Sophie Hall with the ball, so it's Clipper basketball.
Clippers need to push now here early in the fourth quarter, down by 8. You want to put a few points up and claw back into the game.
It's going to be a big first few minutes in this game, and Secord takes kind of a not great foul, kind of reaching into the backcourt. L.C.I. has had trouble at the free throw line, so maybe aggression was a note from Coach Bloom. See Kyla Layton come in here now. That was foul number 4 on Secord.
Yeah, that brings her out of the game right now.
Wahlberger for White. Driving Cooch, there's room, and Cooch will score.
Great drive and steps from Cooch. Putting up a big basket as L.C.I. looks to close the gap.
In for Hayden Hall, and she'll use the glass. Good find, too, from Brindley Walker.
Outstanding pass finds Hayden Hall. She goes to the hoop.
This one's kicked out. Wahlberger in the corner for 3. That's good. Tylee Wahlberger. That'll cut it to 5.
That's been the spot for L.C.I. 3 ball. L.C.I. pushing right now.
How about a response? Layton, that's off the top of the board. Falls nicely for Hall, who just flings it up. Hall gets it again. This time, it'll drop.
If you give Sophie Hall 2 opportunities, she'll at least make the second one. Great job.
Lowry for Miller. Miller for White. Kick back out for Lowry. Wahlberger. 5 on the shot clock. Wahlberger into the corner. White looked at the clock. She's got to let it go. Blocked. Sophie Hall once again. Stalwart defense. Good feed up ahead, and Walker finishes on the find from Hall.
Outstanding court vision there from Hayden Hall, finding the wide open Walker at the side of the net.
And a tie up, I believe. Wait for the official ruling. There it is. Arrow stays at this end. So it will be Clippers to inbound. Charlie Tanner coming back in for the Clips. Addison Yee returns for Centennial. Wahlberger And we just deflected off of her and out of bounds, so Centennial get the ball back. And now Tolman takes the floor for Lowry. Lead was down to 5. Coyotes have built it back up to 9. Yee left it there, but nobody can grab it with a good handle, and the other way is Cooch. And this one won't go. Enough of a bother from Brown, and we've got a foul.
Yeah, L.C.I. fighting, trying to get the ball back, a little too over-aggressive on that play, and they take the foul.
Wahlberger, just her first, and the first for the Clippers in this fourth quarter. Brown to Yee. Yee slips away from Wahlberger. Open, Hayden Hall for 3. It's good!
Hayden Hall makes no mistake, draining that 3 there. Has to be a little bit deflating from L.C.I. as they picked up some big baskets, but they haven't been able to stop Centennial.
7-0 run right now for the Coyotes, and they're swarming defensively. Clippers will maintain possession, 13 on the shot clock. Reed and Walker back in for the Yotes. And L.C.I. is going to take a timeout here with 7:02 to go in the fourth quarter, down by 12. It is kind of that danger moment in the game, isn't it? If you let that Centennial lead get any bigger, it's going to be tough to come back.
100%. 12 points is a fair bit of points. L.C.I. needs to push now, cut that lead down, because you need to be within striking distance in the home stretch.
Well, we know they can hit some threes, and that can drag you back into a game pretty quickly if you can make them. They've got a couple free throws too as well it's going to be inbounds for the Clippers. Still have possession, a chance to get it back to single digits. Coyotes, on the other hand, their defense has been really good today. They've just got to find a way to keep that effort up for the last 7 minutes and 2 seconds.
100%, and this is all a learning experience for some of the younger players of the Coyotes. I have a feeling with 3 grade 10 starters, they are in for a successful couple of years ahead. So take these opportunities in these big games and use that experience to build for the future.
So once again, it'll be Tolman to inbound on the baseline. Has to just throw that one back. Saved by Cooch. That's a wonderful effort.
Yeah, she saved it in the air, so no over and back call. Great play.
Now a steal by Hayden Hall on an overpass. Hall pulls it back. Cross-court toss for Yee. Walker, long jumper. That's off the mark, and Miller grabs the rebound. Cooch drives, nice, knifing through the defense, and she scores again. Maddie Cooch get to the bucket.
Outstanding drive from Maddie Cooch, cuts around her defender and puts it in.
In the corner is Reed. Now it's Walker at the free throw line. Hall tries again from deep, and it's good. Hayden Hall heating up.
Hayden Hall, with her sister off the floor, has had an outstanding fourth quarter.
63-50 is the Coyote lead. Trying to answer was Tolman, and it's too much. Rebound for Wahlberger, and we get a tie-up. Arrow points to the Coyotes. Tegan Wells will check back in for Tolman on the L.C.I. side. Got about 6 minutes left here in this bronze medal match. Addison Yee, watched by Wells. Yee burns by her, flips it up, and gets it to go. Yee decides to just do it all herself.
Addison Yee with a fantastic drive there, got around her defender early, went to the hoop and popped it in.
Tanner along the baseline, and she's fouled on the way up, so that'll be 2 shots for Charlie Tanner. It's Walker, the guilty party.
15-point lead now for the Coyotes. Has to be in the Clippers' head right now a little bit. They need to push now.
Secord comes back in for the Coyotes. First shot will bounce away. Tanner will try again with her second. Comes up empty that time. L.C.I. feels like they've certainly left some points at the free throw line. Hall, oh, she got it again. Hayden Hall, red hot.
I think that's the third three-pointer of the fourth quarter from Hayden Hall. She is hot as a pistol. 18-point lead now for Centennial, their biggest of the afternoon.
Really started to stretch their lead thanks to the hot shooting from the outside, particularly from Hayden Hall. Miller drives and kicks. Tanner plays it back for Wahlberger. Wahlberger nowhere to go, turns and shoots. And it's off the mark, rebound still up for grabs. Sophie Hall able to claim, and she throws those elbows around when she gets that ball. Yee, a little bit too hot to handle for Secord. Winds up in the hands of Mission Miller. Pushes it ahead for Tanner. Oh, defensively, Hayden Hall again. Ball
Tanner ran into the brick wall of Hayden Hall there. She was straight up and set and shut that one down. Here's the replay. Let's take a look at that. Great pass. And Hayden Hall is there. Gets the block.
Just straight up. So it looked like a volleyball block the way she closed and pressed at the end there. Coyotes will inbound from right in front of their bench. And Brugan returns for L.C.I. Bit of a frustrating day at the office for the Clippers at the moment. Seeing this one get away.
Centennial has showed us why they were the #1 ranked team in Alberta here in the second half. They have won the second half so far by 17 points.
Inbound to Yee. Yee, good pass. Secord, oh, missed the bunny. Easy rebound here for Tanner, but she got into some trouble. Clippers able to work their way out. Miller has a look. And another block, it's Sophie Hall. It's a block party here with the Hall sisters throwing it.
I think Sophie Hall's in a bit of foul trouble as we didn't see her for about 8 or 9 minutes on the floor, but she's now back on.
Cooch. Oh, Hayden Hall! Get that out of here! Feeling it at both ends right now.
With Hayden Hall in grade 10, I have to predict a lot of success in the next 2 years for the Centennial Coyotes basketball program. This girl is an absolute gamer, shooting threes, going to the hoop, and a defensive stalwart.
So 6 on the shot clock here for the Clippers. Find Miller. Once again, it's Hall, but this time called for the foul. She can't believe it. So Miller to the line for a couple. Let's have a look at the replay here.
She didn't love the call there, but that's okay. Sometimes referees, they might see things a little bit differently, and they're doing some game management here. So when there's a few hard blocks in a row.
One official still is explaining things to Hall, having a good conversation. Miller gets the first. Yeah, and gets the second one as well. 60-point lead. Look at the aggression from the Clippers here, trying to force a turnover. We've seen this a few times. Coyotes have dealt with it well, and they will do it again. Secord on the find from Ivy Layton. Bounce pass is picked off by Yee. She pushes the floor. Look at Addison Yee fly ahead and missed it. She almost had too much time to make that layup, I think.
We've really seen Addison Yee step up her game here in the second half too.
Big three from Tallman. Casey Tallman has been a very good three-point shooter, particularly from the corners.
That's her spot, and she's found it a few times today. I think she's got 3 or 4 threes.
That was a heat check three for Hayden Hall. She missed. Hall's got it again. Ivy Layton, Secord's pass off an arm. It will stay at this end of the floor. 19 on the shot clock for the Coyotes.
15-point lead for the Coyotes with just over 3 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Going to be tough mountain for the Clippers to climb, so we can start celebrating the season of some great athletes here. L.C.I. has had a fantastic run.
Oh, I was going to say, it looked like she got a decent block. The whistle a little bit late, but Hall will go and shoot 2.
That's Sophie Hall, who was a big part of the Centennial game today. Great performance in the first half. She was off the floor for a good chunk of the second half, back on now, finishing off her high school career, but her future is bright. Headed to Panda's basketball program at the U of A next year to join her older sister.
Yeah, Reese is in Alberta Panda. Head coach Scott Edwards, I saw him yesterday milling about because he's got a few Panda prospects in this event.
Yeah, by my count, we got 3 girls going on to play for the U of A Pandas that are in the Final Four this weekend.
It's got about 3 minutes left in this bronze medal match. A 17-point Coyote lead. They've certainly got one hand on that bronze medal at the moment. A foul committed by Hall. Tallman was just trying to drive, and Hall just got the hand stuck in. Cooch. Miller lets it fly from deep, and she knew it was short. Wanted to go get the rebound, but it didn't hit the rim. Sloan Hershey and Lauren White come in here for L.C.I. as well as Marisol Valgertson. Hayden Hall for Sophie. Down low, and that will go for Ivy Layton.
Yeah, great play there. Hayden Hall drives the floor, dishes to her sister, Sophie in the corner, who finds an open Layton right underneath the hoop for 2 points for the Coyotes.
Good block again from Hayden Hall in tight. Centennial's done a really good job of dealing with the Clippers' aggression on the baseline inbounds, particularly after a made basket for the Clippers. Really pushed and took advantage as Valgertson's shot is going to result in a shot clock violation. Didn't catch the rim.
Let's recap a little bit of the L.C.I. season here. Need to celebrate some quality athletes. They started out the year as the #1 ranked team in Alberta. Did 6 tournaments this season, winning 5 of them, including a trip to Regina. Won their region last weekend. Outstanding season from the L.C.I. Clippers.
Bronze medal last year. Looks like they're going to come up just a little bit short this time around as Sophie Hall puts it in. Two minutes left now. Lowry for Hershey. Tried to go back to Lowry. Guess who was there? Hayden Hall. Lowry flings it out. White for 3. A little bit too strong. Brown's got the rebound and then just run into by Hershey. Both these teams, I think, have kind of come to terms with how this game is going to end. It feels like there's a lot more sportsmanship, some smiles out there, particularly on the Coyotes side.
Definitely an emotional experience for senior players. Looking at Centennial, they have 5 grade 12s on their roster.
Lethbridge is all but 2. There's a 3, Sophie Hall.
So your high school basketball experience is coming to an end for some players. They get to go on and play at the college or university level. Other players, their competitive career might be over, but they've certainly developed enough basketball skill that you can play in a pickup game or intramural league just about anywhere.
Absolutely. Turnover here from the Clippers. And Centennial has held Lethbridge CI to just 22 points so far in this half, while they themselves have scored 45.
Yeah, great second half here from Centennial, offensively and defensively, showing us why they were the #1 ranked team in Alberta this year.
No, the Hall sisters worked down low. Hayden with great footwork, couldn't get it to go. Sophie, the offensive rebound on the putback. Maybe Scott Edwards is down here to already try to recruit Hayden in a couple years when she is done to come play with the Pandas like her sisters.
Sounds like the family is a pretty big fan of the U of A Pandas basketball program. Sending a second child to play there.
2 shots upcoming here for Hershey.
Grayson, can you speak to the Pandas basketball program?
Speak a little bit to it. This year wasn't their most successful. They're still trying to they did get into the bronze medal match, and they won that. They had some up and down years. It seems like when they get really good players, they get very good years, and they've got some tougher recruiting seasons. But on the way up, it feels like right now, the Pandas in Edmonton filled in a couple of times for them. It's been a season or two, though. Brown just trying to get over the timeline, poked away by Hershey, but stays with the Centennial Coyotes, and what a wonderful season they had. They've only lost twice all year. Calgary City champions, and they're going to get an Alberta bronze medal as well.
Yeah, lots of love for Centennial. I saw them play a few times this year. They were a great basketball team in Calgary.
Hall with a steal. It's Hayden. And I suspect when we hand out Player of the Game awards, she might get that Calgary Surge prize back. And a big congratulations to the Centennial High Coyotes. They're the 2025 4A girls basketball bronze medalists.
Yeah, outstanding adjustments made by Centennial at the half today. Came out in the second half and absolutely stormed the L.C.I. Clippers with a dominant half on both sides of the floor, led by the Hall sisters.
Some love for the Lethbridge Collegiate Institute Clippers as well. An excellent season. Just this weekend wasn't their weekend. It happens sometimes, especially in youth sports.
No, L.C.I. Only had one loss all season before this weekend. This weekend didn't go the way they wanted, but hey, those are life lessons, and we have a lot of successful athletes on their floor as well.
One of those things that in the immediate moment you go, wow, that wasn't very good, but you look back in the grand scope of things, you say, we went 29-3 that season. That's not too shabby at all.
No question. Strong performance from L.C.I., and L.C.I. has one of the strongest athletic programs across the board in the south end of the province. They have strong football teams, rugby teams, volleyball teams, basketball teams, and I certainly hope I'm not selling other sports short, as I know they have a lot of passionate staff and families that put energy into high school sports.
So we're just getting set up now for the post-game ceremonies. There's a look at the hardware. So each of those teams will get one of those plaques to take home. Their names will be engraved on the big shields. Player of the game for the Clippers is Charlie Tanner. Had that late 3 in the second quarter. Strong game for Tanner once again. Player of the game for Centennial. Centennial. Sadie Secord is the player of the game.
Great match from Sadie Secord today. Presence on both ends of the floor.
We're going to hand out the plaques and the medals here. First, we'll hand out the 4th place plaque to the L.C.I. Clippers. Their captains are Mission Miller and Madison Cooch. Again, one of those things where they'll take this, they're disappointed right now, but when they look back on this, after time has passed, they'll be thinking, what a great year this was, what a fun group of girls, what a great bunch of memories we have.
No question, Grayson. Only a select few are able to play high school sports. You have to work hard, you have to have some good genetics, you have to have a good attitude, but the life lessons learned from high school sports and the memories will stay with you forever.
And so they'll get to display this at the school for the year.
Yeah, no shame in being 4th in the province. That's a lot of schools, and 4A is the highest level.
There's a lot of captains for Centennial. Actually, I think that's all the grade 12s is what it is.
A lot of teams tend to just name all their grade 12 players, the seniors, the captains, and the girls are pretty excited here to take home the bronze medal hardware.
Brown in the middle. Pose for the picture, yep, don't forget. Something for social media. Maybe to hang in the hallway of Centennial. They've realized now that this feed is also on the big board and immediately we're embarrassed.
Well, Grayson, I run my school's Instagram account, and it doesn't take much sometimes. Something goes up and a kid gets a little self-conscious. I think that's what teenagers do.
So now they're gonna hand out all the bronze medals. They'll go in order here.
Yeah, calling the players up one at a time. Neat provincial experience here.
They wanted to, as Miley Hudson decided she was gonna go get her medal first. Hall, and now Secord, who was the player of the game for Centennial. She's one of those grade 10s too, who's gonna be around for a while, Secord.
That's Mike Levangie handing out the medals. I need to give him a shout out. He is the executive director of Calgary High School Sports, retiring this year. Distinguished career as a principal, and the last few years as the executive director of Calgary High School Sports. So one of the good guys out there.
Hayden Hall going up now to get her bronze medal. And this might not be the only medal she wins at 4A girls basketball high school provincials.
If I were a betting man, she will be back. She is an absolutely outstanding basketball player.
Kyla Layton, Brindley Walker getting called up as well. Ivy Layton will round things out. Fun moment here for the Coyote players. And again, some love too for their coaches. Nadine Bloom, the head coach, Caitlin Turbach, Jill Godfrey, Cameron Engen, the assistants, and Ryan Uden is the trainer listed on the roster here. And the coaches put in a lot of work for these girls and for these teams. And so they earn these medals just as much as all the players do.
Oh, it's unbelievable how many hours coaches put in during a high school basketball season. The season starts usually right around November 20th. So these coaches have been going for 4 months. Not very many days off during that time.
There's the trainer. And again, trainers are always the favorite of the players, mostly because they make them feel better when they've got an injury. And there you go, your bronze medalists in 2025 are the Centennial High Coyotes. And we've got to get everybody together for that team photo. Something to hang in the high school hallway. So there you go, your bronze medalists on the girls' side in 4A basketball, Centennial High. We have got the boys' bronze medal game coming up at 2:30, so in about 45 minutes from now, it'll be Archbishop O'Leary and the Strathcona Lords in the 4A boys bronze medal game. That's an all Edmonton showdown, and it should be a lot of fun. Once again, a big thank you to our entire crew here at the Winsport Event Center, and my color commentator, Paul D'Angelo. Congratulations again to the Lethbridge Collegiate Institute Clippers on a fantastic season, and to the Centennial High Coyotes on their bronze medal 2025 4A Final Four Basketball Championships, ASAA. We'll be back in 45 minutes for the boys' bronze medal match, and we hope to see you then.